Yo, good morning. Freedom March, Freedom Family, Freedom Lovers and Freedom Fighters. Snapzilla Gorilla, aka the definition is in the building. Hitting y'all with this quick live stream. It is Sunday, August 17th, 2025. I don't know why I got 2029 and 20, whatever. It is what it is. I was scrolling through YouTube this morning, and I came across the Terrance Crawford interview when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. Now, I hadn't watched that in its completion, but I thought it was a wild clip where Joe Rogan asked Slew Brother Shelton, good morning to you. Joe Rogan asked Terrance Crawford if he ate beef and pork. And, Terrance Crawford was like, I don't eat pork because it's just bad for you. But then he got into the beef, and he said that his back was hurting. And he didn't know what the hell was going on. He went and got an x-ray and an MRI and all this shit. Queen Sister Cameron, top of the morning to you. Salute. I'm on my way to get my morning workout in at the park when it's relatively cool. And relatively cool right now is 76 degrees. So 76 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, right? It's going to be a little warmer today. So I figured I'd go get my workout in while it's still relatively cool. Anyway, so Terrance Crawford talks about his back hurting. And when he went to get an MRI and a CAT scan and all this type of shit, and they saw that he was backed up. Okay, he was so backed up that it was pressing into his spine. I'm talking about Boo Boo. Okay, Boo Boo. You gonna play the keys? Oh, okay. Okay, salute. Good morning. God bless you then. You at church? All right. You play the piano. That's what's up. Not surprised there. Not surprised that the beautiful mind knows how to play the piano. Joseph Kavanaugh, salute. So anyway, I guess, I don't know if they checked the stool. He didn't say whether or not they tested the stool or whatever. But they told him that the boo-boo consisted of beef. All right. They told him, now come on. They told him the boo-boo consisted of beef. So he stopped eating beef. All right. And then the pain got better. Now, that is a very interesting story because I never heard of that before. Right. And even Joe Rogan was like, man, that's crazy. I never heard that before. That boo-boo backed up so much in you that it caused your back to hurt. And so, of course, this narrative lends to this idea that beef is bad, right? And that's my question. Is beef bad for you? Is beef bad for you? Well, I know that they have done studies, right? They've done studies to check for inflammation markers in people who ate multiple different foods, right? Including beef, fish, chicken, eggs, vegetables, fruit. And it was found that beef is the least inflammatory food of any other. It barely gave off any inflammatory markers. Now, here's another thing though. Everyone is different. So depending on what you got going on in your life, one food might be more inflammatory for you than another person. So I just want us to be careful when we talk about diet, right? When we try to give people diet advice, that we understand that everybody is different and everybody needs to experiment and find out what works best for them, right? Like for me, I can't eat green leafy vegetables. It gives me It gives me intestinal problems when I eat that type of shit. When I eat green leafy vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, that type of shit, it gives me horrible gas. It gives me horrible gut issues. I don't know if you guys heard of the FODMAP diet. This is what I discovered when because I was having really bad heartburn, really bad GERD that was causing problems in my life. And like really bad quality of life, right? Really bad quality of life. And it was, I just had to find a way to figure it out. So I went to one gastrointestinal doctor. He put me on the FODMAP, the no FODMAP diet, which has to do with foods that ferment and give off a certain, you know, so when certain plant matter ferment, they give off a certain type of sugar and gases, right? These gases can cause problems for some people. So I discovered that certain green leafy vegetables, including broccoli, which, broccoli is not really considered a leafy vegetable, but spinach, broccoli, shit like that, gives off these gases when they ferment, and they give problems to some people, right? That's where I found out that honey was not a problem for me. Honey and what's the name? Maple syrup. Bro's a light skinned king. Okay. Kale. Yes, kale. I can't eat kale. So most green leafy vegetables, and it might have been something that I developed over time. It wasn't something, because I used to have no problem eating that type of shit, but then all of a sudden it became a problem. I know Shelton. I don't know. I know, man. No, pickles aren't a problem for me. I don't have a problem with pickles. No, I rather I can eat pickles, cucumbers. I can eat most fruits. Thank you, Heidi Jones. Yes, I appreciate the Heidi. Yeah. Inflammation in the gut is a beast. Black Spring with Autumn. Salute to Black Spring with Autumn. Oh, also salute to Brother Shelton, Black Spring with Autumn, and Cameron Fields. They all have channels. Brother Shelton's channel is hilarious. He drops a lot of memes. Queen Sister Cameron is into mental health. You know what I'm saying? She's an actual mental health professional. And then you got Black Spring with Autumn, who does excellent research in the realm of politics. So if y'all want, y'all can go y'all can drop your channels. Drop your links. I'm in the way, the truth, and the light. Okay, DJ Joseph. No one comes to the Father except through me. Did Jesus really say that? Was Jesus really on that type of time? That's my question. But yes, gut inflammation can lead to a lot of other problems that most people don't understand, right? Because before these foods enter into your body, they have to go through a process in your gut. And if it creates problems in your gut, then it's going to create problems in the rest of your body, right? And they consider the gut to be, the gut is considered outside of your body, if that makes sense. And I've spoken about, the gut lining, the mucosal lining of the gut that prevents these things prevents the bacteria and every other thing from entering into your bloodstream, entering into your body. And they also have macrophages, which are viruses that prevent. So like if certain bacteria gets into your gut lining, the viruses in your gut lining will attack them and destroy them and prevent them from entering your bloodstream or entering into parts of your body that doesn't belong. This dude says, I don't know 90% of what I'm talking about. Okay. Then tell me what the 90% is. I don't understand. Who's the mental health pro? Heidi Jones? Queen Sister Cameron. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. You're right. Absolutely, Fab. I don't know why you're here. If I don't know what I'm talking about and you're asking who the fuck I am, I don't know why you're here. Yes, Lecrae. Exactly. It does happen when you eat too much fiber. He just got constipated. It happens when you eat too much. See, that's why I've explained that before. If you consume, it's Cameron Fields. That's her handle, Cameron Fields. If you consume too much fiber, right, then the fiber gets stuck in your colon and creates little pockets called, and that's diverticulitis. So, especially insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber can get stuck in the colon. And here's the thing. He might have been consuming a lot of fiber with the beef, and then the fiber created the constipation and also stopped the waste from the beef from getting out. So when they took the sample, it could have been that they saw the beef there and blamed the beef instead of the fiber, right? Because fiber is supposed to help you go, right? It's supposed to help you go, but in reality, just look it up. Diverticulitis. How too much fiber can lead to diverticulitis, which can then lead to colonitis, and then eventually it can lead to colon cancer. But hey, don't take my word for it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all go do your own research. Y'all go do your own fact checking. I don't believe that Terrance Crawford's back problems was due to constipation from eating too much beef. I think it probably would have been that maybe he was consuming a lot of fiber with the beef, and then it all gets backed up. But of course they're going to blame the beef because these healthcare professionals don't know jack shit about nutrition. And so what they do is they'll tell you too, these doctors, they'll tell you that they go through like 1 day worth of nutrition class, but they don't really get into the details of it unless they go into that. So once you go into your specialized field, then you start to learn more about that specialized area. Yes, four stomach animals. See, cows, goats and lambs and shit like that, they have multiple chambers in their stomach, and they also have the enzymes to break down the fiber and all that stuff to make it more, make it more digestible for the animal. But you can't tell nobody that. Goodness gracious. Anyway, so Jeffrey, why are you worried about if I'm bald or not? That's a great question, Neil Rigger. Like what? Wish I knew what was bothering my stomach. I've been feeling heavy and bloated. Well, what I say is people can start with to discover what works best for you. Do what is known as an elimination diet, right? So you eliminate certain foods until you discover, like if you have inflammation and gut problems right now, stop eating certain foods and find out after a period of time if those problems go away, right? So here's some things that we know for sure create inflammation in most people. Refined sugars, right? Refined sugars, heavily processed foods like potato chips with all that bullshit in it, right? With industrial seed oils. Get rid of industrial seed oils, get rid of refined sugars, get rid of foods with the dyes and and all this artificial crap. Get the artificial shit out of your diet, right? Get that shit out of there. Start with that, right? And you eat everything else. Start with the shit that you know was not designed, or what your body was not designed to consume or to process, right? So start with that. Industrial seed oils, refined sugars, other artificial bullshit. Get that shit out of there, man. Get that shit out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit out of here. And make sure you're exercising. Freedom March, shout out to watching from the Philippines. Salute to you, Annabelle. So start with that. You can start with carnivore. I would say start maybe, uh, but eat as simple as possible. Simple ingredients, single ingredient foods. Start with that and then see what happens, right? Because some people can eat green leafy vegetables. Some people can eat broccoli and spinach and shit like that. I can't do it. It gives me problems. You know what I'm saying? I only eat one meal a day because I feel like crap. Right. Okay, so then Heidi, like I said, candida. See, but candida overgrowth can be created from over consuming sugar, right? Because candida and other problematic conditions thrive on sugar, or things that create problematic conditions. Cancer thrives on sugar. Um, bad bacteria thrives on sugar. A lot of bad things in your body thrive on bad sugars. So you don't have candida? Hey, good for you. I don't know what you got. Like I said, you just got to experiment. You got to experiment for yourself. Now, people talk about um, blood, eating for your blood type. So maybe go to the doctor and see what food might work best for you. I eat so much even when I'm hungry. I feel so good eating. You feel good eating? Okay, then you're fine. I think you'll be okay, Leanna. If you eat so much when you're not hungry, well, if you eat so much when you're not hungry, that means that you have a food addiction. Oh boy, y'all are wild up in here. Anyway, y'all, I just thought it was interesting that Terrance Crawford got backed up by beef. So he says. You know what I mean? Neil Rigger for real. What are my pronouns? I don't roll with that bullshit. I'm a Gen Xer. I don't roll with the pronoun bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm a man. It is what it is. Straight up. I'm a man. That's what I am. Bada boom, bada bing. Ain't no pronouns. All right, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all are wilding up in here, man. It is. It is BA. It is. It is crazy. It is crazy. Like, and I don't know what's the concern. Why is there a concern about it? Because I'm talking about, is beef bad for you? Beef, which has been discovered to be the least inflammatory food of all these foods that they did research on and tested. I don't do any fasting anymore. I used to fast, but I just the benefits that you can get from fasting, you can also get from doing a good amount of cardio. A good amount of cardio will give you the same benefits as fasting. Cardiovascular exercise also leads to autophagy. All right. Let me get this guy out of here. He wildin'. Yeah, I'm done with that shit. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Untrue, fasting and cardio have nothing in common. Boy, I tell y'all are have nothing in common. Yes, it does. All you gotta do is do the research. Cardiovascular exercise puts your body in a certain type of stress, right? It puts it in a certain type of stress. So what it does to create energy is it takes the damaged cells and the damaged and dying cells and it breaks it down, and it gets rid of it, gets it out of there, and sometimes it even takes it in the healthy cells for energy. Hairy beard is redundant. You said too much cardio leads to white hairy beard. Hairy beard is redundant. All a beard is hair. So what are you talking about? Your body does not clean cells from cardio the same way it does from. I'm a swag pumpkin. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does. Because it puts it in the same level of stress. Because when you're fasting, right, after a certain point when you're fasting, right, it takes time too while you're fasting. You have to fast for quite a while to reach the state of autophagy. It doesn't, as soon as you fast it, you don't immediately go into autophagy. As a matter of fact, if you get a good amount of sleep at night, you get a good amount of sleep, right? Let's say you don't eat 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed, and you sleep for 6 to 8 hours. That's already fasting. You've already fasted for a certain period. You wake up and you do some cardio, you will trigger autophagy. Even if you eat something before you do your cardio, you will trigger autophagy. Fasting is spiritual, but I'm not talking about spiritual versus not spiritual. Cardiovascular exercise can be spiritual. Boy, I'm more muscular than you, built for what is. I'll fold you. How you made that sigh? I don't know. Go Samurai. You could never fold me. I don't care how much muscles you have, or if you're more muscular than me. That has nothing to do with whether or not you'll fold me. You be laid out before you even try, brother. Don't even go there. Demon King me make humans shit themselves. Okay. Good for you. Anyway, I'm holla at y'all later. To best know what food suits you, all you gotta do is experiment. If you're having inflammation, if you're having problems sleeping, if you're having digestive issues, start by eliminating certain foods from your diet and see if it improves. And if it doesn't, you got to go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor anyway. Go to the doctor and get your blood drawn, get your blood tested, get your blood work, find out what's going on. Because you might have hormone. Go to a what they call hormone doctors. Go to one of those doctors that specialize in hormones. I forgot what they call them. And get your blood work done, right? Because you might have a hormonal imbalance that can't be helped by, eating certain foods. Heidi, I don't know, because they think it's fun. They think it's fun. It's all good, Heidi. It's all good. Hey, this is what you do when you put yourself out there. The trolls come, the bots come. It is what it is. You got to roll with it. I ain't tripping on these people. You know what I'm saying? All I know, every time I do this, somebody receives the message, and that's okay. I'm okay with the trolls. They're going to troll. Trolls are going to troll. Now, if you come too hard with that homoerotic bullshit, I might get rid of you. But that's completely unnecessary, right? That shit right there, not productive. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through. Find out what works best for you. Sister Hong, I wouldn't consider myself pretty, being a man. You know what I'm saying? See, I am what is known as a toxic male. So I'm a very toxic male, and that's just what it is. I don't accept. I appreciate, Sister Hong, what you're saying, but pretty ain't it. Thank you, Velvet. I appreciate that. Anyway, much love to y'all. Make sure y'all stay on the move, stay fit. I'm about to go get my workout in right now. Some jump roping with some drills. My Gray Ghost, I don't even count calories, to be honest with you. I just eat. I'm what they call that, an intuitive eater. I just eat. I don't count calories. I just eat. And if I feel like I ate too much, I'll do more cardio or I'll eat less the next day. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. I weigh myself. So I check my weight. I check, my body fat percentage and make sure I'm not too out of control. But I'm not interested in like bodybuilding or anything. I just want to stay fit, stay athletic, stay mobile, stay flexible. I am in the functional fitness. So I won't be sitting up here being all super swole, but I'll be fit. Thank you, Black Spring with Autumn. I appreciate that. Eat until you're satisfied, I would say. Yes, much love, live. Y'all stay up, man. Stay fit, stay active. Uh, the government controllers, they're going to come for you at some point in time, and you got to stay. Not even just the government controllers, right? There's all kind of people out there that would have designs on your freedom. They don't like freedom, and they don't enjoy people who enjoy freedom. So they will come for you at some point. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe, and make sure you keep marching forward toward that freedom. Peace. Okay, you about to jump rope and hit the bag? That's what's up. Salute to you, man. Peace out, y'all. Salute to you, Heidi. Thank you for coming through. Peace.